Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of What's Your Next. I'm Stacy Riska, your expert franchise matchmaker, here to help you do what you love what you do in a business that's a perfect match for you. So let's start off today's session with a question. What age do you need to be a successful entrepreneur?
Welcome to What's Your Next. This is the go-to podcast for aspiring business owners who want to get to the next level, escape the rat race, and give their middle finger to the corporate 9-to-5. If you want financial freedom, work-life balance, and the business of your dreams, you're in the right place. Dave and Stacy Riska, husband-wife franchising duo, openly share their successes, failures, and lessons learned in franchising, business ownership, and working with your spouse.
18, 21, 35, 50, maybe even 72? Well, my guest today is Connie Inukai with Write Your Selfie. And she is an author, an investor, an inventor, and what we call a grandmapreneur. So it really doesn't matter what age you are. Connie is rocking it. And today we're going to dive deep into her story, her many inventions and businesses that she's running. Tons of nuggets you're going to learn from today's session. Welcome to the show, Connie.
Thank you for having me, Stacy. I'm so glad to be here.
Absolutely. Connie and we met on a networking event that was hosted through a platform called Alignable. And we were talking off screen about Alignable and what a wonderful platform it is for people and small business owners to connect. I never would have met Connie were it not for Alignable. And so if you're a small business owner looking to network and connect with other small business owners, really check out Alignable and Connie, because she's very active on the platform. So Connie, kind of give us the journey of, did you have a lemonade stand when you were a child? And how did you get so involved in running all these multiple businesses?
Well, Stacy, your first question to your audience was, how old should you be when you become an entrepreneur?
Right.
Well, I was 70 when I became an entrepreneur. And how that started was I was a technical writing professor at the University of Maryland for 40 years. Okay. And when I was getting up there in my age, first of all, what I did was I always inspired my students. They were all engineers going to look for their job, and I taught them technical writing. So I told them the first assignment, find your dream job, something that you're not qualified for, but something that you could maybe do in 20 years, because they were all 20 years old. And so I said, dream big, find the job that you'd really like to land. So they all found a job. They didn't apply for it, but they found the job. And I created all of my assignments to help them get that job. Wow. For example, the first assignment, I have to take a back step. When I was getting older, my eyes kept getting worse and worse. And when I would go to restaurants, I couldn't read the small print on the menu or the bill, especially if the restaurant was dark. So I invented something called tip and split to help you read. To help you read the menu. Okay, this is actually my invention. I'm getting a little bit off track, but this is my invention, and it has
Brilliant.
It has a magnifier on it. It has a light on the back, and it can also figure out a tip and split the bill in 3 seconds. So I'm going to get back to what I was talking about. So I had my students do assignments, and the first assignment was to look through that company's website, their dream job, and find out something that needed an instruction manual, because that's a typical job that engineers have to do. So I gave them assignment, make an instruction manual. And in the back room, while they were doing that, I was writing an instruction manual for my product. Okay. And then another assignment, I asked them to write a brochure to promote that company that they want to work for. So
Yeah.
they were coming up with such great ideas. So I borrowed some of them and I wrote a brochure for my product. So I was going right along with them. Okay. And then when the course finished, they were all so excited to go out and look for a job. And they had so many things that they could share with the job, like their instruction manual, their brochure, and a few other things. But what I realized was they were going after jobs, and when they started out, they would be making twice my salary. So
Mm.
I decided, I'm kind of finished inspiring students. I want to inspire myself. So I retired. And that's why I became an entrepreneur. I knew nothing about inventing, nothing about entrepreneurship, but I can learn. Okay. So yeah, I was 70 years old, and there are a few challenges, but the challenge is not in my mind. The challenge is in what I can do. Okay. So anyway, so that's why I became an entrepreneur.
Oh my God, what an incredible story, because most people you're taught, oh, go work for somebody else, go do the 9 to 5 job, put in your 40 years, get your gold watch, and then go sit on the couch and eat bonbons, right? Connie,
Right.
that's not you, right? And so you may not have realized it during this journey, but you were inspiring engineers to have a little bit of entrepreneurial drive by thinking of marketing and business building. And I think somehow that inspired you, that you're like, I'm not going to sit here and build somebody else's wealth. I want to build my own, which is a
Exactly.
common statement many of my candidates say when they come to me wanting to explore business ownership.
Right. So I started my business. I started with my invention, and I tried hiring people to promote it, to give me some visibility, and I paid a lot of money and got nothing. So I did my own publicity. And then I wrote a book because I was a writing teacher. And my first book is called How I Got My Product in QVC, the Today Show, The View, and More in Retirement. And I gave tips to people who want to, be an entrepreneur, how to get visibility. So that was my first book that I wrote. And then during COVID, I kind of put my tip and split on hold because it was for restaurants and all the restaurants were closed. And especially people my age, I didn't want to encourage them to go out to eat in restaurants. So I tried to do something practical because I wouldn't leave the house because of my age. And so I started thinking about writing my life story because I have 7 grandchildren. And I want to make sure that they know about me after I'm gone, because I won't be here forever. And so I decided that that would be something that I could do. And I got kind of a unique way of doing it. This is actually the book that I wrote for my grandchildren. And it's all about me. And I want my grandkids to know that I used to be young once.
Oh,
And I also want them to know a little bit about their ancestry. Okay, because where are they going to learn it from?
right.
So this is one of my favorite pictures. Is this going to be video or just
Yes.
audio? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So one of my favorite pictures, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that?
Yes, the black and whites. I love it.
Well, that's because it's my grandparents, and there was no color in those days. And my whole book is based on pictures and captions, so it's easy to write and easy to read. And the caption under that picture says, Grandma Ella and Grandpa Arthur moved to the United States from Poland. They missed the ship over to the United States in 1912 because Ella was pregnant and had morning sickness.
Oh my
The ship they missed was the Titanic. That's true.
Oh my God.
My
I have
mother
got
never,
chills.
my mother never told me that story. It was her parents. The reason I found out was when I was writing my book, I contacted my cousins and my relatives,
Yeah.
and I said, "Do you have any interesting pictures or facts?" So after I'm gone, nobody would know that fact, but now they all know it because I gave them my book. And I have so many other things to share with my children, because they should know about their ancestry. Here's a picture of me playing the violin.
Oh that is
Okay,
gorgeous.
I
What
was
an incredible memory. These pictures are in fabulous shape too.
yeah. These are not pictures. I scanned them.
Oh, okay.
I scanned them to put in my book. And so I'm teaching my granddaughter, who's 7, how to play the violin. And I showed her the picture of me. And she's sort of like me. I always wanted to play the guitar, but I got one and I was too little to hold it. So my parents thought, okay, violin is the same thing. So anyway, so I shared all these memories of my life in a book. And it's my grandkids love to flip through and ask me questions about them. I can't find one picture. Oh, yes, this is another picture. This is a picture of me and my mother and my sister and my brother. And the caption says, "Notice my mom with the family car. I was born in that car. I think it's a Plymouth. I couldn't quite make it to the hospital." So these are all stories about my life. And everybody has stories. They just don't remember them. So if you look through a photo album, you can pick out the stories the pictures that you like, and write a little bit, like 1 or 2 sentences about each picture. So that's what I do. I do it now because I think so many people want to write a story of their life, or maybe they had a loved one who passed away and they had so many questions to ask
Yeah.
and they didn't ask them soon enough. So I'm telling people to write it down about you now or of a loved one before it's too late.
What
So
an
that's what I
incredible
do.
thing. So, Connie, you did many things. One is you pivoted because you invented a product that then you realized wasn't really a good time to go to market because of COVID. So you pivoted and kind of saw a need and heard a need out there where people, weren't able to physically connect with their loved ones, and they wanted to leave a legacy, to share their stories. They're going through old pictures, cleaning out their basements and their attics, and they come across these photos. And you've now created a very simple way for them to put this together into a memory book. And a lot of times people think, oh, I can't write a book. That's too overwhelming. I don't even know what to say. But you just showed simple examples with an easy to think of caption that can create incredible dialogue and conversations with family.
Exactly. I have a lot about my mother, and she used to play tennis at an old age. And now my son has 3 children who are all tennis pros. And he looked at my book and he says, that must be where they got it from. So I just want to share everything so that there will be no that my grandchildren will know about my history and therefore their history. Here's one of my favorites too. I hope you don't mind. This is a picture of our family on our boat on Lake Erie, in Cleveland. Okay, and there were 5 kids and 2 parents. So we called the boat. You see, we were all young. Okay.
Yeah.
We called the boat Dr. Skakel.
Dr. What?
Dr. Skakel.
Oh.
And that was named after my father and mother, David and Rebecca. That's Doctor. And then Sharon, Connie, Arthur, Chucky, Louie. Skakel. Okay. So we did that. And when they had one more child, we all took a vote and decided we have to call him Eddie. So we could just add an E to the end of the name of our boat and still have Dr. Skakel. So all of these memories I have, and I share them with my family. And so many people want to write their life story. They just don't know how. So
Yeah.
I'm not really into this for money because I'm 75 years old. I'm more into it to help people because I can do it and I can help them. Yeah, so that's what I do.
How do you help somebody? So if somebody is pulling these pictures from the basement and the attic, and they're thinking of, how do I organize it? Where do I start? What advice would you give to someone?
Well, it's very interesting because about 1 month ago, I wrote another book,
Another
and,
one?
and it's for my Write Your Selfie. And this is my book. It's How to Write Your Selfie. Okay, and I have 6 steps to write it.
Very
And
simple. Anybody can follow 6 steps.
right. So if somebody wants to start it, they can just buy my book on Amazon. It's called
Okay.
Write Your Selfie, Your Life Story in Pictures. Or they can work with me. The book
Okay.
is $8.97. They don't need me. They can just get my book. $8.97, by the way,
Right.
not
Right.
197. Yeah, they can just get that and start. They can always call me because I have my contact information on it. Or they can work with me and I can help them. Okay, that's a little bit.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and I have an even another option. If they have no interest in writing their own and they have money, they can give me $4,000 and I'll write the whole thing. I,
People like done for you. Absolutely.
I don't really want to do that, but if somebody has no idea what to do, and I've helped a few people do it for themselves, and I've even helped people who don't have pictures.
Oh, okay. Right. Some people might
Uh,
not, but they still have stories they want to share.
well, what I did when I didn't have pictures is I would where is it? I would I worked at a resort called Cedar Point 2 summers,
Yeah.
and I didn't have a picture. Well, I did have a picture of me working there, by the way, but it wasn't on the other phone. But I took my main picture from the internet.
Oh, yeah. The amusement park, Cedar Point.
Right. And so I took a lot of pictures from the internet, like my high school emblem. Oh, that's this. I have pictures from my high school. I took a lot of pictures from my yearbook. And so my book is so much fun. It's 110 pages, all fun stuff. So everybody has things that they have to share. They just, if any of your listeners want to do this, they should contact me
For
because
sure.
I love doing this. Okay. And I especially love people who want to do it but have no clue on how to do it. So I wrote a book about it. Anyway, that's my story.
Absolutely. Congratulations on all you've achieved. And your energy, your passion comes through that. Like you said, it's not about the money, it's just helping people tell their story. And that is just such a fulfilling feeling. A lot of people will come to me, and I have this saying, I have the 8 F's of why people want to get into business. And while people always say, yeah, I want to do it for the freedom and the flexibility and the money, ultimately, it almost always comes down to the number one F is fulfillment, right? Having a purpose, doing what you love what you do. And then everything else follows: the money, the freedom, the flexibility, because you've built a business now around doing what you love and loving what you do.
Exactly. And I love what you do. And we are so alike, Stacy, because I actually 4 months ago I gave a TEDx talk.
Oh,
And
talk about that.
my TEDx talk was 6 reasons to pursue entrepreneurship in your retirement. And it's everything you said. maybe for money, maybe it's to stay active, to keep
Yeah.
connected, to pursue your passion, to give back to the community. I have 6 of them, and all of them keep you young.
Well, Connie, what would your advice be to somebody? Let's say they're 50 plus, right? Maybe coming out of the corporate world, kind of just hitting the reset button, doing a reevaluation. But they're scared, right? Scared to fulfill their dreams of looking at business ownership or becoming a grandmapreneur as you are. What advice would you have for somebody in that situation?
Well, that's very interesting, Stacey, because I'm a retired writing teacher. So
Right.
I actually wrote a book about it because when I got my TEDx talk, I decided I want to be a speaker, my next act. Okay. And so I wrote a book so that when I speak, I can show my book and share it. And my book is called Retirement: Dream Big, Take Action, Make Money. And I interviewed 10 entrepreneurs
Okay.
who started their business after corporate. They retired from corporate and then started a business after 50.
Unbelievable. That must have been such an inspiring process to interview 10 people who did that.
Exactly.
Can you
Exactly.
can you share an example of one of them and what they're doing today?
Well, I will share an example of one of them was in the Army. She was a
Wow.
lieutenant colonel for many, many years. And when she retired, she got a corporate job, and she hated it. And what she really liked doing was videos and
Oh,
promotional materials. So now she has a business where she videos businesses. She makes documentaries about the business. She loves it. And
brilliant.
yeah, she is brilliant. I have another one who was my patent attorney. And he is about 62, and he retired in 2018 because he had Parkinson's disease. So he couldn't really keep up with being a patent attorney. So what he did is he started a business as a musician, because he had always liked music, and he felt that playing the guitar was a good exercise for his Parkinson's disease. So he was doing something he loved and something that he could still do. And now, by the way, he's writing a book about playing the guitar with Parkinson's disease. He doesn't want me to say that, so well, you don't have to take it out. But uh, anyway, he's in my book. I thought he was so inspiring. You
Well,
know,
it shows that anybody can be a business owner and anybody can achieve what they set their mind to, no matter their disability. And I'm so glad that you referenced veterans. That's a key group of people who I work with. They actually make incredible franchise owners. Fun little fact here: 1 out of every 7 franchise businesses is veteran owned. And that's because they're so good at following the process and the system. They have great communication and leadership skills. So I'm
right.
not surprised that you featured one in your book.
Oh yeah. I featured like 10 different kinds of businesses that they started.
Now, wait, let's back up. So, in 5 years, you've written 3 books, done a TEDx talk, invented a product, are doing Write Your Selfie. What? What's the special pill that you're taking? We all want to know.
Well, actually, I'm doing one more thing, and
My
that
God.
is I've been working with my patent attorney because he's writing a book about patents, but he can't really have the flexibility to do it. So I'm helping him write his book on inventing. And
All
that's
right,
going to
so
come
you're going
out
to have
soon.
another book coming out.
Yes, yes. So to me, it's so easy. And I did these books before they had Chat GPT, you know,
Right, right.
right. And I'm kind of glad that I retired before Chat GPT, because can you imagine being a writing teacher and giving assignments, and everyone comes up with GPT results.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm not in that business anymore. So
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so that's basically what I'm doing. And I love what I'm doing. And I believe that when you have a business, and franchising would be great, I believe it keeps you young.
Well, whatever you're doing, Connie, is keeping you young. So do people call you the Grandmapreneur? What is your nickname?
No, people call me Connie. But I actually, because I was an inventor, I trademarked the name Grandmapreneur. I trademarked tip and split. I have a patent for it. I trademarked Write Your Selfie, and I trademarked Grandmapreneur.
Brilliant.
There are a few other grandmapreneurs that I've noticed on the internet who like the name, but it's my name, but I'm not going to go after them. I could make some money suing people, but who wants to sue a grandma? Let it go. So it means that they like the name.
You are the official Grandmapreneur.
Right.
The original.
Right. So, I like it because when you're an inventor, you come up with ideas. I actually have a new invention I'm going to do. But
Oh my gosh. Do I get the inside secret? What are you working on?
I can't put it publicly, but I'll tell you, I kind of put my inventing on hold because of all of this other stuff that I'm doing until 1 month ago. The U.S. Patent Office invited me to speak about inventing.
Unbelievable! Congratulations!
And I had put tip and split kind of in the back shelf of myself, but when I spoke about it, everybody loved it. My invention. So I'm going to start working on that, and my Write Your Selfie, and my speaking.
All of it is brilliant. We're going to have to talk offline because I can definitely use the tip and split. And it's funny that you're doing the Write Your Selfie because I'm going through this minimalist challenge right now, kind of cleaning out the house, finding one thing a day to either sell, donate, or trash, but also kind of organizing all the pictures and stories. And, my parents, for example, have moved to Florida. They become full-time Floridians. So I don't see them as much. And so I miss those stories. We used to go to dinner every Sunday. And I'm thinking, the Write Your Selfie, putting the pictures together, having them share their stories, putting the captions to it would make it's not only a wonderful gift, but a great way to preserve legacy.
Exactly. And one other fact, since you said you're cleaning out your house, minimalizing, when I'm gone, my kids are going to come and see drawers full of pictures. And I'm going to say, you can throw them all away. I saved the ones I want.
Oh, okay.
That's a good idea, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think they'll throw them away. But see, when you have just the pictures, you don't know what is in the picture.
Right. I was just going to say, if they had found that picture with you and everybody on the boat, there would be no...
They don't know what it's about.
Right. Nobody knows the story about it or who's in the picture or what it's all about.
So the really best thing about my Write Your Selfie, by the way, is a lot of people write their life story in 300 plus pages. Who wants to read it?
Right.
My grandkids flip through my book every time I see them. They flip through and they ask me questions.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
So this is a new project, and it's kind of unique. Writing your life story is not unique, but the way I'm doing it is very unique and easy.
Kudos to you. You are doing so many magnificent, I can't even talk, magnificent things. You are an inspiration to aspiring entrepreneurs of all ages. I'm almost afraid to ask you, Connie, since the title of our podcast is What's Your Next? What is your next?
Oh yeah, my next is I want to become a speaker. That's why I did the TEDx talk. And now I'm getting a lot of people emailing me, would you like some help promoting it?
Okay.
So because
And
I
what
want
do
to be
you
a
want to
speaker
talk about?
about entrepreneurship in your retirement. And I can talk about you too, what you
Fantastic.
do. I want to get on stages and with older people because I like to focus on my population. I'm a baby boomer, and we don't get as much uh, prime time as younger people, and I want to change that. I even just trademarked a new expression that I want to eventually, when I have time, eventually I want to make stickers that they can put on their computer, and it says, passion has no expiration date.
Oh, love it.
I
Love it.
trademarked it. So nobody can really use that, but I can't tell. But anyway, so I that's what I believe in. Passion has no expiration date. And you're a lot younger than I am, but you are actually absolutely full of passion. And I love what you do.
Oh, thank you, Connie. It's been a joy having you on the show today. You are such an inspiration to me, and I know my audience is clamoring for me to ask you, where and how can people get in touch with you?
Well, you can find me on my website, which is grandmapreneur.com. It's
Okay,
hard
we'll
to
put it
spell it,
on the
but
bottom of the
grandmapreneur.com.
Great.
And
Grandmapreneur.com.
on there, I have one section about tip and split and one about write your selfie.
Congrats. Awesome.
Thank you. My problem is when I have to make a change on it, I have a hard time doing that. It's WordPress.
Ah,
And
well,
I
see
know,
that you just go to a 16-year-old.
right. So I have somebody who helps me and for free. He used to charge me, but now my questions are so minor. My tasks are so minor. He doesn't charge me a penny. But
Well,
anyway, so I'm having a lot of fun. I don't
I
know
can
what
tell.
I'm going. Yeah, what am I going to do next? I have a new invention, and I just got the idea about a week ago, but I can't talk about it yet. But this is going to be a biggie.
I
This
want
is
to be
not
one
for
of the
old
first
people.
to know.
I will tell you, this is not about for older people.
Okay.
This is for everybody.
And so, do these ideas hit you in the middle of the night when you're drinking coffee? Where do these inspirational ideas come to you?
This one came when I was at a sushi restaurant
Okay,
having
that might give me a
having
hint.
having dinner,
Okay.
and that's as much as I'm going to say. Something happened, and I got this great idea for a new invention.
I love hearing people's stories of how their products or their services and their businesses come to be. Because even though I may work with some very well established franchises, they all started in almost every case with some mom and pop in their garage, tinkering and toying as you are, that kind of built into a brand that grows and scales. So, Connie, who knows? You might be the next big franchise concept.
Maybe. I love the idea of it.
It's a
What's the
great
most
way to
popular?
grow and scale.
What's the best, most popular franchise?
Oh, that's always my most asked question.
Oh,
And
that's right.
the answer is I can't tell you because it's the one that would be a perfect match for you. You may be better suited towards a certain type of business than somebody else. So that's why candidates work with me to kind of dive deep and figure that out. So I do the matchmaking so they're not wasting time and energy looking at concepts that would never be a good fit.
Well, that's great. Well, when you see, I'm kind of on a speed course because of my age. I don't know what I'm
Oh,
going to be doing at 85.
I'm going to nickname you the Energizer Bunny.
But anyway, it's so wonderful to speak with you. Okay. Thank
Connie,
you for
thank
having
you
me here.
for all that you've shared with me today and my audience. I know they're all going to be clamoring to reach out and get in touch with you and learn, order your books, check out your website. And if you want to start putting together that legacy, reach out to Connie and her done for you solutions with Write Your Selfie.
Or they can just spend $8.97 and buy my book.
Anybody can afford that. Absolutely. So
Right.
do it yourself up to the done for you solution. Connie,
Thank you so
much for being here with me and my audience today. Goodbye, everybody. It's been nice seeing you on What's Your Next, and we'll see you next time. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.